Once the primary's over and you win the primary, would you be willing to debate your opponent?
I will debate my opponent because you can't get through this process without a debate. For example, we're already scheduled to debate Imperial Point. They're scheduling it now. Also, we go on Beacon TV, you know. But make no mistake, you know, I'm not going to give this guy free publicity. I mean, he's going out there, you know, throwing flames. He's going to drain the swamp of corruption. He's already got Diana Wasserman Rubin convicted, even though, you know, no one has convicted her yet. And he's going on radio shows and he's insulting my colleagues, and so I'm not going to give him a free platform. But in my district, at the appropriate place and time, I will be more than happy to debate him.
Okay.
Let me ask you a little bit about you mentioned how you like to dig into budgets and stuff. Where do you see this budgetary feud going between the commission and the sheriff's office?
I am glad you asked that question. I personally don't think it's a feud. To me, it's not. And I have a lot of respect for Alan Bertie. I actually consider him a friend. We check in with each other every so often. And I think it's fair to say that he feels the same way about me. It's never, in my opinion, appropriate to throw politics, partisan politics, in the way of good decision making. And when Al Jones was on the commission when the governor appointed him, I took some comfort in the fact that now that there was a Republican on the commission, maybe some of the media and some of the hype would, you know, slow down. Al obviously is now a Democrat. But
Who knew?
huh?
Who knew?
Yeah, he's a good guy. But I'm serious, and I've said this to Al many times. And you know, I'm serious when I say, if I have to live within a budget, you have to live within a budget. Lori, you have to live within one. Dr. Snipes, you as well. And I think you asked a question on here about, you know, about the sheriff's office. He's our sheriff. He's my sheriff. He was elected by the people in a democratic process to protect us and to control a huge budget. And so I expect him to do that. And you know, this little dance always seems to work out somehow, at least in 3 years of experience. Last year, it worked out with Sheriff Jenny, and it worked out with Sheriff Lamberti. You know, last year, we said, you must cut 40, and he said, I'm going to cut 0. And we said, you must cut 40, and he said, I'm going to cut 0. And Mayor Ritter said, you must cut 40. And then at the end, as we got closer and closer, and the stakes got higher and higher, you know, he came up with $20-something million in budget cuts, and we were able to make up the difference. I trust him to do the right thing at the right time. I think he's a very smart man, and I think he's a very good sheriff. And what he's doing is he's holding back his cards until, you know, he needs to see where we're going. Can you blame him? I mean, we haven't told him what the millage rate yet is. Are we raising the millage rate or not? You know, I hope we don't. But if we raise the millage rate, his cuts will be less severe. If we don't, they will be more severe. So, I think it'll all work out as we get there. But those decisions are his decisions. And he needs to make them. And I think the commission this year is speaking for the most part, with one voice when we say, that's your budget, you make the decisions you need to make on your side of the ledger, we just allocate the funding to you.
Do you think the budget should be more formally separated so that the public has a clear idea where, you know, how the money for public safety is being spent versus having to go through this annual dance of, well,